Dang chickens come out thinking I was going to feed them. Where are they going to be disappointed? Rooster's pretty, ain't he? Back to the beaver tails. These ones here, I took them out of the vinegar and rinsed them off in clean water. They're looking pretty good. They don't smell too bad, and it's kind of funny, that vinegar made them a little more stiff as far as the thin parts go. They're looking pretty good. This over here is that brown lime. That stuff ain't worth a darn. I don't know, I've never seen brown lime before. I hope I don't again. I don't like it. I won't buy it again. But a friend of mine, Idaho Mountain built. Oh, look at there. I got a doggone mouse fell in there. That's really disgusting. Anyway, he told me he's got a 25-pound bag of lime that he'd split with me. Yuck. Well, one less mouse. I had him on the porch last night. Anyway, I need to rinse these out. Let's see, I'll put them over here. Got my hose turned on. Rinse these off and see if these scales come off. The way these ones smell, I'm not really sure they're any good. But if they are, if I can get the scales off, I'll put them into the vinegar water, let them sit a couple of days, and add them to the rest. I don't know. Beaver and beaver tails are pretty forgiving, really, as far as waiting time, but there is a limit. Kind of funny, what does wash out on the bottom is gray, kind of white, the way lime should be. Yeah, it's not lime though. I mean, it is lime, but it's not the lime I'm used to. Had a couple of people tell me that it's the type they use back east on hay fields and things. But I've never once seen brown lime. It sure turns them brown. That white lime, I mean, they're white when you take them out of the lime. Lime, from what I understand, is limestone. Limestone is basically fossilized seashells and things, and ocean coral and things like that. But I don't know why it's brown. Anyway, might not be any good, it might not. It might be, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, other than the color splotches where the scales had come off and that lime dyed it brown and the white where the scales were, that one's pretty clean finally. Ready for vinegar. This one, it's got more scales. Anyway, yeah, come off reasonably clean. These darkest ones, there's still a few scales there. I don't know. I'm not too happy with the way this is turning out. We'll see how they tan up. So these two here, I'll add these to this vinegar water for a couple of days, and then I'll switch them back over to that other bucket that I'm going to go put the tanning stuff in right now. Okay, so this stuff, what the fur companies call Logwood trap dye. It says one package will dye 1 to 2 dozen large traps or 2 to 3 dozen smaller traps, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this stuff will actually do more traps than that. This is roughly a pound of it, and it's a powder. What it actually is some bark they call cabracho bark, something like that. It's Qubratchro. I think that's right. Anyway, roughly that's how it's spelled. But it's from South America, I think Brazil, if I remember what I read. But with your traps, it'll dye rusty traps into a kind of a blackish purple almost. They're really dark, more black than anything else. And with steel, it'll do that. With leather or hides like this, it's one of the things you can use for bark tanning. Oak works. I've heard willow bark works. I've heard some other stuff. But this stuff's easy to get. A bag like this is roughly, I don't know, $7 or something a pound. I don't know anywhere local you can get it from. I mail ordered this off of eBay. But anyhow, what I'll do next is dump this into this bucket and mix it up. I've got a half a bucket full of straight water. Put these beaver tails in there, and I'll fill this bucket within a couple inches from the top. Okay, and then after that, I'll take about 2 inches from this bucket, dump it into this bucket. And then in about a week from now, I'll dump out 2 inches or so out of this bucket, and 2 more inches out of this bucket into this bucket. Then in another week, I'll dump out 2 inches, pour in 2 inches from this one, and keep doing that until this bucket is empty. And this bucket, because you're pouring out a little bit each time and refilling it, it'll keep getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. With bark tanning, if you do it all at once, if you just dump those straight into the full strength bucket of stuff, what happens, for whatever reason, that bark will only penetrate the surface. It won't go in all the way, and that's not what you want. You want it to go completely into that beaver tail skin until it can't go any further. what it'll do when the very thickest part of the beaver tail is up where it attached to the body, and not, not the tip end, the I guess butt end. Anyway, you cut off a little bit of that with a pair of scissors or a knife or something. If it's at all white on the inside, it's not tanned. You want to keep doing it. It'll never be probably dark brown, but it'll be a light brown color. And it takes a couple of months. It's not a fast deal at all. So anyway, I'll dump this in here now and show you that. Then they're going into this trailer behind me. We got married in 1990, and on April 14th, so our anniversary's coming up here right fast. But April 14th of 1990, so that makes it 34 years. And after that long, I've kind of gotten used to being married. I'd kind of like to keep it that way. These things, once you got them into the quebracho bark, they don't have as much smell, but they're kind of ripe right now. I don't like that lime. Hopefully it's still good. That other lime, there's very little, if any, smell. So hopefully we'll find out here in a couple of months if it's any good or not, if they actually tan up. Yeah, it's a little bit more full than I meant to make it. Might just be foam. Anyway, let's find a stick and stir this up a little bit better. Alright, so my clean water at the beaver tails is now brown. There's a little bit of chunks and pieces there that didn't dissolve. I think it'll be alright. One thing that I just thought about, hope I didn't mess up with that. Because the fairgrounds is a public area several times a year, I have to chlorinate the well and take a water sample. I did that a couple of days ago, and when I was spraying the hose in here, I can smell a little bit of chlorine. So I hope I hope that doesn't affect anything. We've got well water. Usually there's no chlorine in it, and I've never used any chlorine in it. But it's not strong, but it's noticeable. I don't think it'll hurt anything, but we'll find out. Anyhow, that rooster, I don't know what time it's getting to be, 3:30, maybe almost 4. Why is it crowing in the middle of the day? We got a broken rooster. Anyhow, folks, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow if things go well. Not sure what I'll be doing tomorrow. Never do know day to day, but see you then. Bye.